What is up, guys? It is KikiZilla101 here yet again, and welcome back to another zoo review. Now, Zoo Reviews is a collaboration between myself and a couple of my YouTube friends such as ArtsyDilo, Dino Man, and Spino Dude, where we all just review as many modern-day animal figures as we can and combine them into one big collection playlist called Zoo Reviews, which the link is provided in the description. And today I'm going to be reviewing this Safari Limited 2013 Weedy sea dragon that I got from my good friend ArtsyDilo when we went to the Aquarium of the Pacific together when I went on a vacation to California. If you want to see this figure and all the other figures I got in that big haul video, go check that video out right now in the top right corner of the screen. Now remember, if you want to get your own Weedy sea dragon or any other Safari product, make sure to head over to www.safariltd.com and use the promo code KikiandCoffee1 with a capital K, A, and C at your checkout and get 20% off your next purchase. Or you can just use the link provided in the description. Now without further ado, let's get into the review of this figure. Let's just get this yet again, just a little hazard warning that I'm just going to throw away, and I'll keep this nice little tag Weedy sea dragon there, and it says some information on the inside. Now Weedy sea dragons are a species of seahorse. They're really cool looking animals, crazy things. I've seen these on Blue Planet 2. I love that documentary. I saw that in there, and then my friend bought me a figure of it, which is really cool. Okay, let's get straight into accuracy of this guy, because I recently looked up a lot of images and stuff to compare the figure to see how accurate this actually was. Sea dragons actually have a lot of individual variation because all these little appendages and their little fins and stuff actually vary in shape and size quite a lot from individual to individual, because they are supposed to be mimicking like seaweed and whatnot. So a lot of them have just kind of like very random and sporadic things, and like even like multiples of like two side by side little fins at the back that would be coming off and just making it look all tendrily. So the number wise, these little fins at the back, that is accurate because a certain individual would have that. Some individuals have less, some individuals have more, some individuals have multiple pieces right next to each other. And also the shape of these, they're quite, I've seen more common that they're more round and kind of similarly shaped to these little like fin appendages up here, rather than these little sharper points that they have here on these pieces. So these don't look quite accurate to most of them, but yet again, there's a lot of individual variation, so there quite possibly could be a few that actually look like that. Now this is actually transparent on the actual animal, so that color is a little misleading, but yet again, it'd be kind of difficult to make that actually transparent. And other than that, I mean, it's really accurate. This blue color actually varies from blue to purple, like a violet-y color on many individuals. But other than that, I mean, everything looks pretty accurate. Obviously, it's a little bit more cartoony compared to the actual animal. The actual animal is very, very sharp and crisp. This is a little bit more cartoony and splotchy because it's a toy. But other than that, I mean, it's really quite accurate. So let's get into a little bit more of like the details. Detail wise, this is very smooth. There's not much detail going on. There are these creases here around the body. You can kind of see the reflections going in those grooves there that are along the body here. If you can see my finger kind of morphing to the shape of the grooves across the body there, you can see the creases. And then there's the Safari text right there, because it's kind of hard to find a spot where they can put it on this figure. Pretty much just smooth all across the figure except the fins. The fins have a little bit more detail. They have this, the hashing for the fins right there on the side of the face as well. This is quite nice because these fins are also transparent, so it's quite nice that they're showing the body color through that, so it does look like almost like they're transparent. So as for detail, there's not really much that's going on. But then again, I don't really think that there needs to be too much, so it's not necessarily a huge negative, and I'm not really going to complain about that much. As for paint, they have these dots, a lot across the body. I mean, almost the entire body. There's quite a few spots where there's not really any dots going on, like around here and stuff, where they definitely could have added more dots, and there's like this weird patch of nothing towards the top, which is a little odd. I mean, this definitely looks like they're clustering up a little bit more here. The head, though, looks quite nice. They did the dots quite well here. There's even dots around the eye, and there's dots on the like rostrum or its snout there, which is quite nice. It's got the little mouth and some really nice black dots and stuff. I'm sorry if the dog is barking in the background. One of my siblings is getting them all riled up, and they're not being very polite about me doing a review in my room. I love the head sculpt on this figure, though. I mean, look at that. That just really looks like a Weedy Sea Dragon's head. They really sculpted that out quite well, and I really enjoy that. I definitely think that the figure is quite nice, and they did a really good job at capturing a Weedy Sea Dragon. And it's actually quite similar. I think it might be 1-to-1 scale, actually. I think this might actually just be like a life-sized Weedy Sea Dragon, because they're not really that big, as far as I know. You can correct me in the comments if I am wrong, but I think this is a 1-to-1 scale Weedy Sea Dragon figure. And so I really enjoy this. I think it's actually a really, really nice figure. If I have to be honest, I am a little disappointed with some of the paint. I think it could look a little less cartoony. Now, I know that these animals look very vibrant in person. They don't look quite as cartoony. I know this is a figure, so it's going to be hard to get it to look really nice, but a lot of these dots, you know, do kind of look a little fake and very toy-like, and I know Safari has done better, but I know it's also really hard to do something like that on a figure like this, because there's just so many vibrant colors, and how do you really get it to look good and make it efficient and whatnot. So it's quite a difficult area to really you know, judge, but I do think that in some areas with the application, they definitely could have, you know, spaced out the dots a little bit more, maybe made them a little bit more consistent around the body. And also just, you know, maybe a little bit more color variation just across the body, like instead of this flat color, maybe make some more fading and stuff like that, like there is on the actual animal. But overall, I mean, I really enjoy this. I would definitely give this figure a solid 8 out of 10. I think that there's a lot of room for improvement, but I think overall it's a really great, solid figure that I really enjoy having. And yeah, I really would highly recommend you picking up and owning this figure. Now, as for size comparisons, let's bring out the two past zoo reviews that I've done, which would be the Howling Grey Wolf from Safari 2007 and the 2017 Harpy Eagle, which I've reviewed both of those recently. And as for the dinosaur people on the channel, here's the 2015 Safari LTD Utyrannus, which is right there. Really nice. And for the real life size comparison, we're just going to put the Weedy Sea Dragon next to Phoenix, my Oscar. Don't mind the really dirty looking cage. I turned off the filter while I'm recording my reviews, so it's not making a bunch of water noises in the background, and Phoenix was digging in the dirt and kicked this all up all over the place, so now it looks all dirty, but I don't know. Now remember, if you want to get your own Weedy Sea Dragon or any other Safari product, make sure to head over to www.safariltd.com and use the promo code KikiandCoffee1 with a capital K, A, and C at your checkout and get 20% off your next purchase. Or you can just use the link provided in the description. Also, make sure you check out the rest of the Zoo Reviews playlist linked in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I've certainly enjoyed this figure, and I'll give another big shout out and thank you to my good friend ArtsyDilo for purchasing this for me. Thanks, man. You're the best. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.